Hey there! So, for today's video, medyo break muna tayo with regards coffee because I'll be sharing to you my culinary class journey. So, I recently, in the past mga 6 months, I joined 3 short-term culinary classes. And dito I'll share behind the scenes and also make sure you watch until the end kasi I'll be sharing 3 major things I learned from culinary school na we can apply in life and also in our business. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So before the behind the scenes, no, bakit ba ako nag-join ng culinary school? A lot has been asking kung magre-restaurant ba ako or gawa ba ako ng bakery whatsoever. Or perhaps I'll be adding new menu ba sa cafe namin? The answer is initially no, but ngayon we'll see. But the major reason why I joined different short-term classes, no, and actually 2 culinary schools here in Cebu. Tatlo dun sa reset ko, and then I joined one earlier also last year, more than 6 months ago. But the reason why I joined kasi I want to go back to the kitchen. I could remember myself no, nung college and nung high school na I'm always happy cooking, baking, and ngayon naman gusto ko siyang i-enhance na skill. And the only way for me to do that is to really have hands-on classes. So there are a lot online no mga you can search recipes, you can search yung mga different YouTube videos no. But I really want to experience learning from a chef and then learning from a professional kitchen. So that's why I joined this face-to-face classes. So sa mga videos I'll show in a few. This would be my classes sa last na short-term course, which is the Savory Asia or the Flavors of Asia. So again, I joined 4 short-term classes. First was the basic bread making. I'm not sure what's the right name of the course. Hindi ko na malala. Sa ICAAC or International Culinary Arts Academy of Cebu, no? And that was 2 days, very intense. Kasi we were really making the dough from scratch and parang konti lang yung time na ginamit namin yung dough, yung machine, no, yung mixer for um kneading the dough. So first hour pa lang, I was already kneading it with all my strength. So first day, first time ko din na may experience standing the whole day and then kneading. So perhaps para akong ang tawag dito, para akong nanghina after that. And then I realized, ay nga pala no, the chef experienced that every day. So perhaps ako masasanay din if ever. Kasi 'di ba, once they start um their shift, di naman wala lang sigurong chef na nagluluto na nakaupo, 'di ba? So they'll be standing. So, yun. So it was 2 days. So we made different kinds of breads from whole wheat loaf to ordinary loaf. We made sourdough, we made brioche bread. We even made focaccia. That's my favorite. Starting that day, my favorite is really focaccia bread by um Chef Young, I forgot his name. But yeah, he's really good chef. I remember when I was kneading the dough, pag ako, hindi siya nagiging smooth. Pero pag siya, like 5 seconds lang, smooth na. So yeah, that's one. Basic bread making. And then, I learned also there na yung sourdough pala, pwede siyang ipamana, 'di ba? Yung sourdough na ginagamit namin was from his chef pa years back. And then I was tempted to get one, pero sabi ni chef na if hindi mo siya maalagaan, no? And wala ka pang parang commitment to feed that every day, wag muna. So sabi ko, siguro I'll just come back when I already have the commitment to preserve a sourdough. Kasi I don't see myself yet cooking bread every day for now. 'Di ba? So sabi niya, pag hindi ka nagbe-bake or gumagawa ng bread every day, wag na lang. So perhaps I'll get from him. Hopefully he remembers me years from now. No? Maybe just give me around 2 years. Then the second class that I joined was from ISCAM or International School for Culinary Arts and Hospitality Management. I hope tama yung pagsabi ko ng mga acronyms. Wala akong ano dito. Wala sa script. But anyways, I hope it's correct. So I joined 3. short-term courses from them. So, mas dun ako tumagal because they have more short-term courses than the other one. So, first was I joined fundamentals in pastry art. So, we were under Chef Jamie. Really, really good chef. Ang galing niyang gumawa ng mga pastries and even in forming a simple dessert into a very presentable plate of dessert. Grabe. I'll show to you some. Here are some of the creations of Chef Jamie. No? Pero pag kami na yung mag-plate, so parang magde-demo siya, ganito, plate it like this. Pag kami na, parang iba na yung itsura. That is really, really good. And then, next class was the fundamentals in culinary arts. We were under Chef Leonard, which happens to be my student nung college niya. So I was shocked at first when Miss Emily told me, "Oy, yung chef instructor niyo, he knows you daw." Sabi ko, "Huh? Why?" So yun, student ko daw nung college. Ko, "Huh? Am I that old?" Charot. So yeah, he was my student in college and I'm really happy seeing him, no, excelling in the culinary world. So ang galing din ni Chef Leonard. So siya yung instructor namin for the two last classes I joined, fundamentals in culinary arts. And then yung Savory Asia or the flavors of Asia. So more of the videos I'll show behind the scenes are yung sa last part, yung flavors of Asia. Imagine every week, that was 12 sessions, every week or every session will have different cuisine. So I just really so excited to dive in the classes. So we had Singaporean, Malaysian, Thai, and most of my favorite dishes talaga are from Asia. Or perhaps kasi yung mga na-travel ko pa is Asia. Maybe this will change if I'll be able not to travel to the other side of the world, but we'll see. But for now, my favorite really are Asian food. So here are behind the scene videos of of those classes. So for our first cuisine, we have Chinese cuisine. So usually during every session, we are assigned different dishes. So we do around at least 6, 7, or 8 dishes per day. And then we're assigned to do the mise en place. So during our first day, we were actually taught already the knife skills. So we know the different cuts of the vegetables and all the other ways to prepare. So ito, we're preparing and we are ready to cook. So for Chinese, of course, no, hindi mawawala yung patatim. Ito, made by chef. Then we also had recipe for steamed fish. Meron ding orange chicken with different kinds of sauces. And of course, pag Asian talaga, hindi mawawala yung cooking with the wok. Then of course, a great pair for our patatim would be this pao, bun, I forgot the term, bun pao. Here chef showing how to make that orange chicken. Really delicious. Different fried rice, of course, no, for Chinese cuisine. And this one also as garnish for our patatim. And then after cooking every session, we also eat our own dishes. So we usually have a feast talaga every after session because we eat everything that we cook during that day. So ito, feast day number 1 for Asian cuisine. And so we can also take home in case merong sobra. So today we're having Thai class and I'm running late. But yeah, we'll have to remove mga dami. I have a lot of dogs, so I use this to remove mga balahibo nila before I enter class. Timing din na stop. So yeah, we're having Thai today. Sana may pad Thai, but I think so meron. See you there. And again, mise en place, this time for Thai cuisine. Actually, of all the cuisines, ito yung napakadaming kailangan i-prepare na ingredients. I could remember we had a lot, halos na ubos yung lahat ng gastro namin because of the tons of different vegetables that we had to prepare. So for Thai, we have this one. We requested this Thai sticky rice.
It's the one on top, on the bottom.
One thing I also realized with Thai cuisine is that their meals or their food are so hearty. It's full of vegetables and different types of meat. So, parang ano talaga siya, well balanced. This one is the Thai roasted chicken. I also love this dish so much. And chef also showed us how we can debone a whole chicken like that for grilling. So, same also for Chinese cuisine. Sa Thai, ang dami din nilang ginagamit na wok in their cooking. So, if you've been to Thailand and you go to their different food markets, no, by the streets, lahat talaga is gumagamit ng wok. And all their dishes are really delicious. One of my favorite cuisine talaga is Thai. You get the sweetness, spicy, sour, and that tasty, salty, and good aroma from their flavors. This one is pad thai. It's one of my favorite as well. And the best pad thai so far na na-taste ko talaga is really straight from Thailand. And I could remember we just paid for like 75 baht just for that. Ang mura, promise. And nasa streets lang talaga nila. And again, it's feast time for our Thai cuisine today. So we have soup, we have veggies, we have chicken. Usually every meal we have chicken, pork, beef, tsaka different salads, veggies. So after going to Thailand, we are now going today to Vietnam. So also one of my favorite cuisines would be Vietnam. Though their flavors are a bit subtle, no, hindi masyadong maasim or maanghang. I like how healthy their food are, or parang you feel healthy after eating Vietnam food, diba? So here we're assigned again for the mise en place. So we'll prepare all the ingredients and cut them. Prepare all the seafoods, the shrimp on the right cuts.
Hello! So we're having Vietnamese today. Almost done with our mise en place. So we prepared the ingredients. Our classmates are also preparing their silicone. And then we'll be cooking. Mostly Vietnamese food are more of vermicelli, vegetables, foods in action.
Okay, so everything is ready. Now we are ready to cook our food for today. So, usually din talaga yung common sa Vietnamese food would be yung taugi. We're also creating pho, one of the great soup all over the world. Ako talaga when I eat pho, or that soup, I feel healthy after. Ewan ko, napaka-refreshing. And here, I was also making that crispy spring roll. I was amazed na pwede palang gawing parang lumpia wrapper yung rice paper. Diba? So, I'll show to you later also. I was assigned to fry that as well. I like this dish so much. I even made this during the holidays last year.
Just hold them together.
The flavor of my hands.
So ito, parang talaga siyang lumpia. Kaso lang, we're using the rice paper. And then also inside yung parang laman niya, aside from the ground meat and all the flavors, meron din siyang vermicelli. So, the usual Shanghai for Vietnamese. So here are my classmates now, busy cooking their assigned dishes. And then ako naman, I was really scared of frying this at first. Kasi iba yung rice paper pag fina-fry. Pag hindi mo siya ma-separate in its first few seconds, there's tendency na magdikit-dikit sila. So yeah, and here also I'm checking the temp, no, on around 70 degrees para luto na yung nasa loob. Just to really make sure na everything is well cooked inside. And we don't eat something raw.
Narius mo ni. Brownies siya, chef.
And then this one, the biggest banh mi ever made. Napakalaking banh mi na nakita ko ever in my life. So, and it also really tastes really, really good. Very, very authentic yung flavors. Ayan, feast ulit for Vietnamese cuisine for today. And of course, diba, I felt very healthy after eating. Then after Vietnam, we fly up to the northern part and we'll be going to Japan. So, eto, we're doing again Mission Plus. We have a lot of things to cook for that day sa Japanese. And we were also taught how to make dumplings from scratch. So, I know, accessible na yung mga dumplings, no, sa mga grocery. Pero iba yung feeling na you're able to make it talaga. And really wrap it na parang totoo. Just like what we see in the restaurant. So, it wasn't easy at first, but yeah, very manageable naman. And takes practice to perfect the shape. And of course, diba, what is Japanese cuisine kung walang maki, right? So ito, chef was demonstrating to us how to make the maki. And then after that, we also created it ourselves. So pag si chef yung mag-demo, maganda. Pero pag kami na, parang naiiba yung mukha ng dish. But again, takes practice, diba? So actually, no, yung Japanese cuisine, mix talaga siya ng fresh food, even eating raw, up to fried, up to even steaks. So, very versatile yung Japanese cuisine. And again, very healthy, di ba? I think one of the oldest people, or parang long yung ang life ng mga tao dun sa Japan. Because I think it would be, one of the factors would be their food. And here, chef is making yakisoba. I could still remember the taste. Ang sarap nito, promise. And again, fiesta ulit, Japanese theme. We had a lot of food to eat during that time. Dumplings, maki, salad, yakisoba, everything, teriyaki, karaage, ang dami. And another cuisine na very versatile din would be the Korean food. So, again, we're doing here mise en place. Ako yung na-assign sa japchae. So, we'll be doing here the cutting and everything. So, this is Korean pancake. And one thing talaga na-observe ko with Korean food is very common in all their, if not all, no, sa mga dishes nila, would be their ingredient na gochujang and then the gochugaru. I find Korean cuisine simple but really, really very flavorful and heartful as well. Also, di ba, pag nagsasamgyup tayo, parang nati-take away yung parang guilt with eating pork kasi ang daming side dish na puro vegetables. So, the same din with Vietnamese cuisine. Every time I eat Korean, I feel healthy after. Charot. Parang gina-justify yung pagsasamgyup, di ba? So here, I'm making japchae really from scratch. Even our sauce was made from scratch. Usually sa culinary school, walang pre-made na mga sauces or even pastes. We make everything talaga from scratch. And that's what I appreciate talaga in this process. Kasi you would be able to appreciate everything from saan talaga siya galing. Also, one thing I observed with Korean cuisine, medyo hindi masyadong gamit yung wok compared with Chinese, Thai, no? So, eto na naman tayo sa Feast of Korean Food. 'Di ba sa Samgyup, ano lang to, side dish, ganon. Ito, all the main courses.
Balik-balik to the line.
Next country is Malaysia, truly Asia. Yan. So, na-observe ko with Malaysia, wala kaming masyadong prepare sa mise en place. So, I find their cuisine a lot simpler than all the other Asian cuisines. However, most of their dishes are really made from pastes. So, eto, we'll be doing 4 different pastes from scratch, no, for the flavors of our different dishes. So we usually use here mortar and pestle, or also some are being used through the or may being um, mixed through the food processor. So actually, after nitong culinary journey ko, I bought myself a food processor. Kasi parang need talaga siya, and I also would like to store homemade paste sa bahay. So ito, I'm making, I forgot the name of this dish, but para siyang puto, pero inside would be seafood. Sarap. And the flavor of the banana leaf talaga brings in different aroma to the dish.
Laksa. So, okay. For the rice, ani lang.
And we're also making, diba, laksa. That's very common in Malaysia. Actually, yung Malaysian and Singaporean cuisine and also Indonesian, almost the same, diba? Ako, I was absent with the Indonesian cuisine kasi I had another appointment during that session, but somewhat similar din siya with Malaysia. And I've also been to Indonesia naman years back. I was there for like 2 weeks, so parang alam ko na yung food nila. Again, another feast for Malaysian cuisine. Everything almost made from different types of pastes. And then, malapit lang sa Malaysia, we'll go to Singapore. As mentioned earlier, almost the same yung food nila, di ba? Sometimes yung laksa, I thought it's really from Singapore, pero based dito, it's basically from Malaysia. So, when you say Singapore, one thing the food that I would really remember would be Hainanese chicken. But again, you see also Hainanese sa mga different Chinese restaurants and even in Hong Kong, diba? But yeah, so we're doing here char siu. We made char siu sauce also from scratch. Ito, and the way of preparing the Hainanese chicken talaga. Chef also showed to us how to make the bao from scratch talaga. So here's Scooch, no? showing her pastry skills. Kasi tapos na kami sa pastry. So, yan. So, siya yung nagfa-follow kay chef in making the baos. We actually made bao. And also, we made, chef showed to us how to make for siopao. And sa Singapore, of course, no, you wouldn't want to miss their chili crabs. And this one would be the cereal toasted na shrimp. Okay. Chef showing here some skills. And here's me trying to get the oysters inside. Actually, I was so scared dito na baka mahiwa ko yung oyster sa loob. Kasi mahal to eh. I think one pack with just few oysters, 1.5 daw sabi ni chef. So, and then, guess what? We'll be making this for a pancake. Diba? So, ay, omelette pala. So, oyster omelette. Grabe. So, siya sa Singapore, yung oyster ino-omelette na. So, yeah, I enjoyed actually trying to open. There you go. Sadya, and hindi lang siya like parang yung mga talaba natin dito sa Pilipinas. If you try to see the oyster, it's very big. Okay, again, time for some feast of Singaporean food. So the salad, the shrimp, the, ano ba to? Ay, nakalimutan ko na. Char siu, the soup, curry soup, yung oyster omelette, no? Napakasosyal. Hainanese chicken, and of course, the rice. Hainanese rice. At ang napakamahal na chili crab when you go to Singapore. Next would be Mediterranean cuisine. So, somewhat similar siya with the Indian cuisine, no? I was also absent sa Indian cuisine because of a prior appointment. But yeah, almost similar yung mga dishes nila. We even made here chicken biryani, which I thought is an Indian food, but yeah, similar. Parang for me, Mediterranean cuisine is like a subtle Indian flavor. So here I was assigned for the salad. I actually like the salad that we did for the Mediterranean cuisine. So again, mise en place. And napansin ko din sa Mediterranean cuisine, almost all yung mga dishes nila is made like a meatball. So, and parang lahat minced beef, minced pork, no, parang ginagrind lahat and then form into a ball or form into a kebab. Tapos ginigrill. Yan. Now we're all busy preparing. So after mise en place, we also had another set of parang preparing for cooking. Kasi for the kebab, you have to set it up, no? Ito. And then this food also, I forgot the name. Pero it costs daw like 2.5 sa mga restaurants, isang serving. And I think what made this expensive is yung cheese. It has feta cheese and mozzarella inside. Yan. So, ang daming meatballs with Mediterranean cuisine. This one was the most delicate one. Ito, usual na meatballs. Then we also have lamb kebab, seafood kebab. And then, yung crab na para siyang inomelette. So, assembly muna kami. After this, some would be frying, some would be grilling.
We're going to cover it. Again, later it serves ako.
So, chef is already plating our chicken biryani. Sarap nito. So, plate and then back to the oven na naman. Ako naman, madugong frying nitong very delicate because this is made of chicken piece and it should have a certain temperature para hindi siya mag-break down. Yan, pero perfectly fried. Thank you, Lord. So, ito yung salad na ginawa namin. made with couscous as well, and some parsley. Ang sarap niya. And one of the common paste then with Mediterranean cuisine is the tahini paste or sesame paste. So last itong salad, and then we're ready to feast for our last class for the flavors of Asia. I'll surely miss this weekly buffet of different Asian food. Yan. So ito na, three major things that I've learned in culinary school that can be applied in life and in business is unang-una yung patience and trusting the process. So ako yung type of person na go lang ng go, no? And sometimes also one of my pet peeves talaga are yung mga masyadong babagal. I easily get tempered, no? Pag masyadong slow, no? Pag hindi nangyayari ora mismo. And being in culinary school taught me on how to be patient more, how to be more patient, and how to trust the process. Kasi, di ba, if you have seen in the videos, every time we do dishes, it's really from scratch. We do the mise en place, we do the preparation, we do the cutting of all the condiments and the ingredients whatsoever. There are some dishes that would take you hours to make. There are some dishes naman na napakagrabe, papaya salad, and it took me 1 hour to shred those papaya, 'di ba? And it somewhat humbled me na when you just trust the process and when you do what's needed to be done, you'll be able to get the outcome that you want to have, which is a very good dish. So yun talaga yung struck sa akin. So since then, no, right now, every time I go through a certain process and medyo naging impatient ako, or medyo parang, bakit ba ang bagal? Parang ganun. I am already able to control, no, my temper and being able to appreciate the process. Yun ang natutunan ko talaga. And I have been practicing from culinary school. Patience and trusting the process. Second would be the secret to a good food are great and fresh ingredients. So I've learned that from the different chefs. Almost all of them mentioned those lines, no? So hindi ko alam kung kanino siya original or whatever, or maybe it's really taught in culinary school to really use good and fresh ingredients, but it always strikes me. So if we somewhat relate it to business, no, the secret to a good food would be good ingredients and fresh ingredients and well prepared ingredients. Sa business, perhaps the secret to it would be happy and good stakeholders and a very good system that keeps it flowing. So when you say stakeholders, it doesn't mean just your customers. No, hindi lang dapat yung customers yung happy. Everybody in the company includes your suppliers, includes your employees, no, and everyone around operating in your business. Skilled employees and very good managers would be nothing if wala tayong proper system, no, and a good running system for the business. The same din, no, in making dishes na kahit napaka-expensive ng ating ingredients but we don't have a good flow, we don't really process it how it should be, then we will not have good food also. So that's when nare-reflect ko na all this time we've been so focused on the product, making it great, making it the best, na yun pala dapat natin i-fix or from the inside, no? Making our stakeholders happy and also trying to smoothen the system, no, from creating the product, even sourcing out the materials that we need for the product up until delivering it and after sales to our customers. So, yon. Masyado bang serious? Diba? Ang dami kong na-reflect talaga sa culinary school na I can use in life and in business. And lastly, natutunan ko sa culinary school is do not be afraid. So, there were times, I could remember my first class nung sa bread and basic bread making, no? I was so afraid to really slap the dough kasi baka tumalsik, churba-churba, no? Masyado akong maarte. And then when Chef Young just approached me, just do it like this. Don't be afraid. Sabi ko nga, bakit ba ako natatakot? Dough lang to, di ba? And also, I remember Chef Leonard telling me in putting in some seasoning. No, don't be afraid. Season with your heart. And also, Chef Jamie told me na when we were trying to do the twill, grabe yung twill, no, ang hirap para gawin nun. And when every time I eat na dessert, I appreciate the twill. Kasi ang hirap niyang gawin, kailangan kang mapaso. But sabi ni Chef Jamie, don't be afraid. I'm here naman to guide you. And hindi siya nakakamatay. So, mainit, no? As you form it, but there's nothing to be afraid of naman. Same with life, 'di ba? Na the more you are scared and the more you allow that feeling, no, to eat you and to be inside you, wala ka talagang magagawa. 'Di ba? If I just remain scared of kneading the dough, whatever I do, it will not be ready for baking, no? If I was so scared to season the food kasi I'm scared na baka masyadong salty, then perhaps I won't be able to develop that skill na seasoning with my heart, no? And perhaps siguro masyado siyang I put in the seasoning parang paunti-unti, baka matabang na yung food ko, right? So ultimately, no, okay lang maging scared, no? Remain scared. However, for me, being courageous is remaining scared but doing it anyway. So yon. So those are the things I've learned in culinary school that I'd really treasure because I can relate them to life and to business. So I hope you've also learned from this video. And if you're interested to join the short-term courses, if you're in Cebu, I'm putting in the link in the description box for the two schools, ICAAC and ISCAP. So yan, pwede naman akong tawaging Chef Faye, ewan ko. But we'll see in the coming years, no? Perhaps give me around 2 years. Let's see, let's decide if I'll put up a restaurant. But for now, for sure, we'll be practicing whatever we've learned in culinary school. Thanks for your time and for joining me today. I have here a full playlist of